Hello, everyone. Hello. Hope you're all well and enjoying your Tuesday. One of the things I think I wanted to say before I even go into the LinkedIn was that yesterday, as you know, I had to change the date, and I just wanted to be really honest with the reason why I'm changing the date. And for me, the reason why I had to change the date was because I really had a bad day yesterday. It was an awful day yesterday. I really struggled with just life, I think, all in all. And the reason why I've come on and I've actually said this out loud is because I think a lot of the time we can almost beat ourselves up a little bit. We expect to be perfect, especially I know sitting and working as a coach. I spend a lot of my time feeling like I should be a certain way, but actually one of the things that I know that a lot of you have said to me is that you appreciate how human I can be. And that's why I wanted to say that, even though I work on my personal development every single day, and that's what I do as a coach, I've been studying this for years. I studied psychology before I even went into coaching. But even though I know all of this stuff, actually it is very, very hard to put it into practice. And that's the big difference between people that do and people that don't. And it's a tough one, because a lot of people say, yeah, but it's a lot harder for me. And I said, well, it isn't actually. It's really hard for everyone, but it's actually through repetition and dedication and building your resilience that actually you can get yourself into a better mindset or a better way of thinking, or or how to change your life effectively. And so I really just thought I'd say, like, yesterday I was I was really, really down, and I just knew that I wasn't going to be the best in my best possible way to come on this and talk to you guys today. So I thought, actually, I will postpone until tomorrow, when I know that I can actually deliver this properly, and I'm proud of it, and I'm not feeling like that I need to be a certain way, or I need to pretend to be something that I'm not. But this is one of the things, is that, personal development and changing your habits is hard. It's really, really hard. Making a call to move from a 9 to 5 into running your own business is hard. Anything that you change is hard. But I think what we forget is that everything in our life is hard. Learning to walk was hard. Learning to speak was hard. Everything is hard. And the difference between things being hard and not being hard is practice, and is just keep going. And even when we fall over, on the first hurdle, it's not giving up. And so I really hope that's helped anyone that may be feeling a little bit like, oh, this is such hard work. Because I know it's one of the things that I always say, it shouldn't be this hard. But actually, nothing is hard as long as you keep repeating and practicing it. So I'll kick off with how to stand out in LinkedIn, changing the subject slightly. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because, obviously, for a lot of you, your 9 to 5 is in here. I know that you will be, obviously, you'll be there to do your, want to know more about LinkedIn. But I also know there's a lot of business owners as well that are also in this group. And for the business owners amongst us, it's also to look at you and how you contact your clients as well. LinkedIn has really grown in the last, I don't know, however many years. And oh, sorry, I've just pressed a button because I'm trying to get all your comments coming up. So LinkedIn has changed a lot over the last however many years, and it's been taken over by Microsoft, and so it's a lot more Facebooky and a lot more gimmicky than what it was before. But actually, LinkedIn doesn't tend to make us pay to play, and it doesn't make us have to fall in line with the algorithms. So one of the things about LinkedIn is that it is a fantastic platform if you do want to contact people. However, loads of people have now realized that it's a really great platform to contact people, and that's why now many of you will have a LinkedIn account and will say how annoying it is that you keep getting all these people just spamming you and sending you annoying messages. So Sana, I know you mentioned about those messages, and I will pick up on that shortly, because it is annoying, and it's really hard to sell without selling on LinkedIn. So I will cover all of that. But before we even break into that, I thought I would obviously show that today is episode 25. All the past episodes here can either be found in the Winning in Work Facebook group or on YouTube. So if you ever do need to, you ever think, I do actually want to watch a few of the past episodes, you can. They're, as I say, they are on the Winning in Work Facebook group and the Winning in Work YouTube channel as well. So a few tips and tools with LinkedIn. As I say, it is a great way for you to get yourself out there. As a lot of you know, I am a coach and I work as part of Winning in Work, but actually I also do a lot of outplacement for a lot of companies as well. So that is doing a lot of coaching for people going through redundancy. When I work with those, I'm always surprised by the amount of people that do not have LinkedIn accounts. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I would possibly say to get one. Whether you are a business owner or you are an employee, I think that it is extremely important to be having a presence. Some people are completely against all of social media, and that is absolutely fine. But I would say that if people are trying to find you, you want them to find the right you and not someone else who has your same name that possibly they could get in contact with. So I would just say, if you don't like LinkedIn, that's fine. You don't even need to put a photo up. You can just put your name, the position that you're in, and just basically reserve your space on LinkedIn. Just because if anybody does want to contact you, then you've got the opportunity. If you are all for going into LinkedIn, awesome. You can connect with me. I'm at Nikki Thomas Coach, as I am across all my social networks. So you can get in touch with me via that. And anyone that connects with me, I'll connect with you back as well, if you want to boost up your numbers as well. So when it comes to building your LinkedIn profile, you really need to think about who is reading it. It's really, you've got to also ask yourself why you're using LinkedIn. What is your purpose? Is it to contact clients and work? And are you working through a business? Are you working on behalf of yourself? Or is it for recruiters? Is it to look for a new job? Are you hoping that people will find you from a 9 to 5, full-time employment or part-time employment standpoint? So there's many, many different reasons and ways in which to use LinkedIn. But you need to figure out the way that you do want to use it. I used to use LinkedIn in loads of different ways to get contracts and to promote what I was doing. And you can do that, and loads of people do. But try not to send too many mixed messages, because people will get confused. And when people do get confused, they just switch off. So try and keep everything you're doing, try and keep it all in one place. And say, you can't have multiple LinkedIn profiles, but for instance, if you can look at mine, you'll see that I have a background in marketing, psychology, and coaching. You can put more than one thing on there, but but in your bio, you need to write exactly who you are and why you're on LinkedIn, but you need to think about why you're on there too. So get clear on what's on there. And what's the other thing I was going to say? Sorry, completely lost my train of thought. So looking at how to make your profile stand out. So your profile needs to stand out. Good photos. Please do not put a photo of you being drunk at someone's wedding. And it's may make it sound like I'm being really pedantic, but it's true. So many people have it. You may not think that you look drunk. You do look drunk. So loads of people do it because they were in their fancy attire when they were at a wedding. But please don't do it. If you can, try and get a professional photo done. If you can't get a professional photo, just try and get one of you looking professional. I have seen it all on LinkedIn. It's quite amusing sometimes. And actually, I've seen very, very senior people not even have a LinkedIn profile photo, which I'm just like, well, you can if you're not, you can if you don't want to. But if you're gonna, it's almost like in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're going to put if you're going to go and put a load of your details on there and you want to stand out on LinkedIn, then you do need to have a profile photo. So do make sure you do have that. Try not to put any spelling typos or anything like that into your bio, because this is obviously your time to shine. Like a CV, please don't, get someone else to read it if that may help. But try not to have any spelling typos in there, and also make it fun. Make your bio a little bit fun. I come from very, very corporate UK London world, and I've actually moved to New Zealand. So what I know from London is very serious, and you don't make jokes. But actually, from New Zealand, it's a lot more human. It's a lot more nice, and actually I quite like that. And I do think that actually, if you are selling to clients, or you're selling yourself, try not to be unprofessional. But if you're selling to clients, for instance, try and make it a lot more human, and do not write about yourself in the third person, because there's no need to. But write something good. Say, this is my background, this is my experience, this is where I came from, and you can put that in there. There is a book that I was told about. I haven't read it myself, but it's Bio Like by Beyonce, and apparently it's meant to be extremely funny and extremely good. As I say, I haven't read it myself, but people, if you are stuck on writing a bio, it might be something that can help. Something else also to make your profile stand out. Do put, and I'm guilty of not doing this myself, but do put your city if you can, and do put your country up on there on LinkedIn, because otherwise people need to know where you're from. For me, I don't put my city on there, and I need to. I just haven't got around to it. It's mainly because I was moving around New Zealand at the very beginning, and I wasn't sure where I was going to put my my bio down on, or what I was going to say for my profile, but I do need to add it in, and it's really important. So do add in your location as well, and work within your time zones. It's really important, because for me, moving countries, everyone in the UK tends to comment on my LinkedIn, probably more so than people on this side of the world, but that's purely just because my network is bigger in the UK and Europe. So do try and work within the time zones that you are in now, because the way that the algorithm works, it just means that it will boost up, and hopefully more people of your own time zone will see it. So tip 3, I'm going to rattle through these because I understand it's I've held you up for a long time, guys, 12 minutes in, but showcase your skills for the job that you want. So if you have a background in one thing, so say that your background is in accounting and you want to move jobs into a charity, for instance, and you want to be, I don't know, a sponsorship manager for charity. Big jump, yes, I know, but do showcase the skills for the job that you want, not the job that you have. This actually goes for your CV as well. And lots of people tend to say, well, I'm really high up in this particular role in my job, and I'm very, very good, say accountancy, very, very good at numbers and all this stuff. And people are going, okay, well, that's all well and good, but that's not what I'm hiring you in for. Leading a team, great, but what in? We don't want to know about you leading a team. We want to know about, your compassion and your ability to be a leader, and to work with others and teamwork and all that sort of thing, and showing initiative. They're all the things that people want to know. So do showcase those skills, but showcase the transferable skills in a situation where, for a job, if you're doing a career change, or if you're running your own business, for instance, but make sure that the skills that you've got, if you've got skills from a previous job, that you just translate it into what you want to have. It does sound like I'm kind of teaching you all to suck eggs, but it is something that a lot of people don't think about doing. So do that there. I know, Abby, you did mention to me about what is the formula. The LinkedIn formula is times 10. That's the LinkedIn formula. So it's about saying that every single day, if you can, but it will be every single, every few days if you need to. If you can do it every single day, amazing. But if you can do it every 2 or 3 days, awesome. But the formula is to give yourself a number in your head, say 10, that you will comment, like, share, And even put your own post in if you can. That would be great. Or an article. Go on Pulse. Everyone loves that. But what I would say is that try and get the commenting and the sharing and the liking in, because actually, if you can add yourself to commenting, you actually broaden your circle a lot more than you just putting a post up there and hoping that 2 or 3 of your friends will like it. If you're not already getting loads and loads of likes on LinkedIn, you can post posts, but only make them relevant. You see a lot of people that are posting just to get a reaction. Be very careful. Anybody that does something like that, you are in deep trouble if it's something you don't truly believe in, and it could get you into trouble if one of your employers see it. So, for instance, a lot of the during the Black Lives Matter protests, a lot of things were going on LinkedIn. People were liking certain things and commenting on certain posts. And there were a lot of people that were liking things that made me question, as I was scrolling through my newsfeed, what do these people believe in? So I'd say be very, very careful. I would possibly stay away from politics, religion, or any of those sort of things on LinkedIn, just because, as I say, any like or anything that you share goes to your entire network. So it's something that's really silly, but if you have even if you don't have a strong feeling towards, say, a political party, and this has actually happened for me, I don't have a strong feeling towards a political party over here in New Zealand. I'm too new, to be honest. But I was scrolling through LinkedIn the other day, and there was a guy there that I was possibly going to do some business with, but he liked a post that was effectively slating Jacinda Ardern, and then wrote his own post, wrote a comment underneath it about how angry he was about what she's done for the country. Now, I don't feel either way. I have no political, I don't get involved in those sort of conversations. However, because he felt so strongly about it that he wrote it on LinkedIn, and he also commented, he liked it and he commented, and it sounded so angry in what he was saying, automatically I didn't want to work with him anymore. Regardless of how I feel, he could have been saying exactly what I wanted to believe in and exactly how I felt as well. But either way, he was too sure on one particular political party and wasn't looking at both sides. And for me, that wasn't good enough for what I want. Wasn't hiring him for his political beliefs, but I didn't want to know about them. So I'd say that do stay away from all that sort of stuff. But if you can, what I would say is make sure it aligns with what you're doing at work. So anything that you want to work in or on, definitely steer yourself in that direction with likes and shares, and keeping yourself in that circle, because that will be what boosts your network. And I have gone on to looking at people's profiles through comments that they've made, and actually connected with them because I've really resonated with what they've said. So definitely I'd say that ×10 formula really works really, really well. You don't always need to come up with the smart words in order to do a post, but just by liking, by sharing, by commenting, you're already building your name up in the algorithm, because people start to like your comments and will reply to you too. So as I say, everything good and bad is shared within your network. Please, please, please be very, very careful with what you like and what you share. Even if you unlike it afterwards, it still does sit in the system and people can see it. So be very, very careful. So last one was, I don't know, you said, Sana, that about tip 5, and it's about without feeling spammy. So it's how do you connect with people without feeling like you're spamming them? So this is a bit of a funny one, because a lot of the time now, people on LinkedIn, you can email people if you use the premium system, so you can just get through to people straight away. But all the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but all the time it's, I can help you with this, and I can do this, or can you tell me what your problem is with this? all of it just sounds like a bot, and it doesn't really feel genuine, or you've got a real human connection there. So I would say, in order to try and build a business opportunity without being spammy, or even to like connect with people that you actually want to connect with, like big CEOs, or say CEOs, but you know what I mean, like huge like voice leaders and in the space, I would say that in order to go and speak to those sort of people, it's about having a genuine conversation with them. So one of the things that I did when I first came to New Zealand was that I messaged people, but I said, I've only just moved here. I've only just moved to the country. I'd really appreciate some help. Is there any chance that we could meet for a coffee, or could we talk, or could we have a quick Skype, just get to know each other? That made a huge difference because I was genuine. I said that I didn't know anybody here, and not everybody got back to me. Of course not. You know, there's going to be loads of people that won't, but there are also a lot of people that did. And those people that do get back to you, it's because they genuinely, they do. They want to help, and people usually do want to help. I don't personally like being sold to at all, and in turn, I don't sell to people unless I know that, unless I've built a connection first. And that's one of the big ways of doing it. It's building that connection, and because no one really wants to be sold to immediately. And for those of you who know selling, you know this. You know, however many touch points, you know, goes up to like 14 to 21, I think, touch points in order to make a sale. And so what it is actually, it's showcasing who you are and what you do. Drop somebody a message and be like, hey, I would like us to connect. Do not use the predictive text or the template text from LinkedIn, but just do say to people, you know, hey, I came across your profile. I'd really like to, I really like this, and give actual, losing my mind here, actual points. So you say to them, you know, I really liked the article that you wrote here, or I really liked, that you moved into this role so recently. I'd really like it if we could connect. But be genuine, be honest with them, and build the connection from there. And then say, you know, can we have a quick chat, or can we meet for coffee, or, you know, can we, you know, have a chat about this? Because people won't automatically ignore you. People ignore you if they know they're being sold to, and they just feel that they're just a commodity to somebody else. But if you build that genuine connection first, you'll actually know if they're the right person to sell to, and you'll also not be spammy in your conversations with people. So I hope that's helped. I'm just going through, I have a list of notes next to me, as you probably noticed from my eyes flicking over there. So I just wanted to check if there's anything that I've missed. But as I say, like in terms of contacting people and formulas like that, there is no way of knowing. As I say, try and work within your own time zones, because then that works better for you. But in terms of actually the right time to contact people on LinkedIn, it's trial and error. It's give it a really good work. Like, it could be 2:00 in the afternoon, your time. It could be 9 a.m. in the morning. You never ever know. You can never be 100% sure. So as I say, just try a particular time, but a lot of the time the posts do the circles, like they do. So you'll notice, like, they do cycles, and you'll see the same post come up again and again, or you'll see it come up like 3 days after it's been posted. There's no rhyme or reason. So I don't really know why LinkedIn do it that way, but I would say it is trial and error. Just see how it goes. And a lot of the time, if your content is genuine and interesting, you'll get some connections from people, and you will, and people will start liking and commenting. Engagement from people, that's the word I was looking for. So I hope that's really helped for you today. And, you know, as I say, any other topics or anything that you want me to cover, just let me know. So I say, I'm here every week, and usually here on a Monday. Today was a different day, but normally always Monday, career chats, always on a Monday. So if you need anything, you know where I am. Nikki Thomas Coach on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, get in touch for a free one-to-one coaching session at winninginwork.com. Or you can connect with me on Facebook and Insta. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care, guys. See ya.